Welcome to part 4 of the Crash Bandicoot 3 commentary, ladies and gentlemen. We defeated Dingodile, and we got our new permanent upgrade, the double jump. Pretty much exactly how it sounds. You can jump twice, now in midair. And I love this power-up and hate this power-up at the same time, and the reason of that is because the double jump is very picky with how it works. Basically, you're only allowed to double jump as Crash is ascending. The moment Crash begins to descend, the double jump doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
That is... Because, okay, here's the thing. When in a lot of games that have a double jump, the thing I'd use the double jump the most for is jump correction, which, for the most part, you're not going to be able to do until after you're more than halfway through the jump.
Yeah, but the other thing about the double jump sort of suffers a slight case of Sonic 06 Amy Rose syndrome, where your double jump goes straight up, you know?
Yeah. It cuts your momentum in half.
Yeah, in case you couldn't tell, that was the back entrance to the Arabian level we just played. It was so close to the end of the level that it took no time at all to get that color gem. But now that we've
basically
got the
a taste,
gem,
a taste to the real backtracking later down the road when we get to tier 4 specifically. But that's tier 4. We're in tier 3 now. Dynamite!
Yeah. Time for some more dinosaur adventures.
Haven't we gotten far for a pair of fuzzy marsupials?
You know, I'm surprised this guy didn't get more emphasis in the story, given that he's the one that created the time vortex that we're using.
Yeah.
Is he just the third boss?
Yeah, he's
just the third boss.
Yeah, he's the third boss.
Yeah, he's just the third boss, and his only real plot point is that after you defeat him, the time machine starts to go out of control, which factors into the good ending. But yeah, he doesn't really do a whole lot. Like, he appears in later games. Oh, that is actually a pretty amusing little enemy gag there. Crash Bandicoot's unevolved form is like a Bandicoot
fake Crash.
seal. No, that's not Fake Crash. Fake Crash is something else. Fake Crash is
Yeah, I know.
Fake Crash is a background element in one of the jet skiing levels that was based off of a really horrible plush from Japan. That had like these sharp teeth and really bushy eyebrows, and they turned that into a They made a model of that version of Crash, and they had it doing a bastardized version of the Crash dance in the background of one of the jet ski levels, and
Which
then
I had no idea existed until just a few years ago.
yeah, it's pretty hard to find.
Fake Crash only appears in the jet ski level after you 105% of the game.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It is a background element. Yeah, it's a really picky requirement, but he only appears, and even then, it's just like a little. He's just there, and he does a dance.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. He just appears. Fake Crash actually becomes a character in later games. You doubled. Yeah, that's a funny thing about the lava pits. If you die there, you'll just keep bouncing off the lava until you land on the actual ground. Ooh.
Alright, time for our first secret warp of Crash 3. So if you go to the alternate...
How you're supposed to know to do this?
Video game magazines.
Yeah, that was how I found out back in the day too. Thing about there's only like one obvious warp in this game, and it's a street sign in one of the motorcycle levels that has inexplicably an alien on it.
You know what? I didn't take that as a secret warp for first time. I just thought it was
No,
a
I didn't either. I ran
sign.
into it by accident. but it's like the only thing that really makes sense visually, because that pterodactyl didn't look any different than a pterodactyl.
At first I thought he was being grabbed by an enemy and like taken off the screen like.
Yeah, I thought that was the death animation. Yeah, and you know what But you know, that's what happens when you actually get hit by a pterodactyl. You just turn into the angel. And it's funny because Crash 3 actually goes hog wild with the death animations. There are a lot of really unique death animations here, like those spinning sword enemies.
I thought you said the hog wasn't in this game.
Well,
shut up, Ted.
but like a lot of enemies in this game do have unique death animations. Like the spinning sword enemy in the medieval levels will cut Crash in half, and his bottom half will walk away, while his top half remains exactly where it is in midair. The wizards will turn you into a frog. I think something weird. I think you get dragged under the swamp if you get killed by one of the Cortex soldiers that's sort of sneaking around under the swamp. And
yeah. So anyway, this is technically level 31. This is Agapus Rex. This is most likely your first secret level that you'll run into. It is also the first level that you will most likely get your first platinum relic in, because the timer in this stage is bugged.
Oh.
Pretty much. The
Here,
time
I thought it was my
for the
only
relic
achievement
in
as a 10-year-old.
No, the game lied to you, Lewis. But basically, the time relic requirement doesn't reset when you begin Agapus Rex. It's still under the time relic time for Dynamite. So what 57 seconds in Agapus Rex is well below the platinum relic requirement for Dynamite. So it gives you Dynamite's platinum relic time.
Yeah.
So does that relic count for Agapus Rex or Dynamite?
It's still Agapus Rex, but the timing requirement is based off Dynamite.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was
that
fixed
ever patched?
it was fixed in the power release.
Yeah.
Okay. So those damn Europeans had to go through do it the hard way.
They also had to do it. They also had to do it at 50 hertz, which means it's slower. So.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, the times were all the times were changed in the PAL version of the game. I think they're either like 4 seconds faster or 4 seconds slower. So it could be easier or harder to get platinum relics in the PAL version of the game. I don't know. I never really played any alternate version of Crash 3. A part of me always wanted to play the Japanese version of Crash games because just the little minor things that they added. Like, for one thing, in Crash Bandicoots 1 and 3 in Japan, they give you Aku Aku hints. Like, Aku Aku will just sporadically appear every once in a while in the game and just give you a hint, and like tips and tricks to how certain things work, or maybe how you can get this box gem or not, you know?
Interesting.
Huh.
Wonder why they never did that in the English versions.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Like, maybe the Japanese versions were too hard. That's the only thing I can think of. Like, the Japanese thought it was too hard.
We are backtracking through Dynamite because in order to get the box gem, we have to go on the yellow gem pathway, break all the boxes there, get the clear gem there, and then take the yellow gem platform back to the original route. The thing is, the original route takes you further up ahead, and you have to backtrack to get all those boxes you miss, which means we're going against the camera, and ladies and gentlemen, in Crash Bandicoot, that is my fucking kryptonite. Just going against the camera.
Like, they pull the camera back to give you a wider view, but it's still damn disorienting.
Yeah. Things often sneak up on me because no matter, I mean, I love this game to death, ladies and gentlemen. I've been playing this game to death since '98, but there are still things that I don't memorize. Some level design being one of that, and I just get real jittery. I involuntarily jump when I don't mean to jump, and it's just not a fun time going backwards in Crash with no free controlling camera. Hey, look at that! I got some use out of the super belly flop.
Now here's my question. Okay, if the Evolvo Ray is what gave Crash his weird, crazy spinny powers, why is it that his distant past sea lion ancestors have the spinny power? Did the Evolvo Ray work backwards?
Like the de-evolution ray in Super Mario Brothers?
I guess.
Crossover here?
I can't believe you just mentioned a plot point from the goddamn Super Mario Brothers movie.
But
you should be ashamed.
It all comes together in the end, Ted. The one thing I love about the chase segments in Crash 3 is that the Triceratops, whatever boxes the Triceratops breaks, count. So don't feel discouraged if you miss a box.
Yeah, that was true in Crash 1 as well. In Crash 2...
No, it wasn't. No, it was not.
No?
Oh, in Crash 1, whatever... Yeah, the
boulder would box over the boulder. Oh, right.
It would if not missing the box altogether, it wouldn't count.
Right, yeah. But in Crash Bandicoot 2, the boulders would just jump inexplicably. They would just inexplicably jump. Why? I have no fucking idea.
It's alert to boxes. That boulder loves a lot of things. Smush, Crash Bandicoot, but wood? Oh no.
Yeah, the shockwave from the super body slam thing, it does make clearing out big groups of boxes a lot easier. Because, like, I think the shockwave doesn't just go along the ground. It also has a wide hitbox around Crash when he lands. So, if you got a big cluster of boxes, you can demolish them. See, it even took down the box that was off the ground there.
Yeah, and there is something, like, fun like that, where you can just belly flop on top of a large amount of boxes at once.
Yep. When bonus levels require... This is one of the things that, that kind of annoyed me, is that bonus levels, when they start to require special abilities, they sort of have Sonic Hero Syndrome, where there'll be a sign in the background telling you what to use and where. So you can't really think of it. You can't really solve the problem yourself, which bothers me a bit, you know? Then again, when I was 10, that was probably the only reason I solved them.
The sign stays.
At least it's not all throughout the main level like it was in Sonic Heroes. Ooh.
Well, just gotta constantly remind the children that, you know, power hurts, flight can fly.
Use your brains, damn it.
Yeah. Alright, that is actually our last dinosaur level. Only 2 in this game. Usually there's a rule of 3 when it comes to Crash Bandicoot themes, but there are only 2 dinosaur levels. I don't count Agapus Rex because it's not a traditional chase level. You know, you're just riding the dinosaur. The not Yoshi of Crash 3.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. That's all I think about. It's Yoshi.
Minus
it's green,
the...
it jumps high, and you sacrifice it for shit.
Minus the eating gimmick, yeah. There's no real reason, there's like no real advantage to having the dinosaur other than a higher jump. You don't need it to get anything. Unlike this. And this is what's going to trip you up the first time you play. This vehicle in the scuba diving levels, you lose it when you get hit, but quite often there are those coral reefs down there that you need the thing to blow up in order to get boxes that are underneath. So if you lose that vehicle, you are screwed.
Yeah.
Can you even take it into those tubes?
No.
No, that's the cutoff
Crash
point
will
where...
automatically eject it.
Yeah, that's the cutoff point where Crash just lets go and it spontaneously combusts for some reason. Watch out for the sharks, though, and the mines, because they gradually adjust their depth to match where Crash is, so you kind of have to be quick about getting around them. Well,
yeah, but you can swim through the chain links.
Yeah, the chain links are fine.
You don't have to go above and beyond. I don't know why, but when I was younger, I used to think that everything associated with the mine was harmful. So I would swim around them and not like go to the chain link. And then, you know, after a while, you know, there's that inner voice in your head is like, John, it's a fucking chain link. It's not gonna hurt, okay? Unless it's electrified, then it'll hurt. But that doesn't look electrified to me. I think you'll be fine.
Speaking of electrified, that always confused me. Why doesn't the electrified metal panels in these levels? Why doesn't it electrify the water?
Not enough voltage.
Okay. If you can, I'm pretty sure if you can visibly see the electrified portion, then there's plenty of voltage.
Nah,
even if there was only a small tiny bit of voltage, it would still go into the water because water is an excellent conductor for electricity. It's a matter of whether or not that voltage is high enough to actually hurt Crash that we should really be asking.
Well, Crash will die when you breathe on him, so let's just assume yes.
Yeah, it's like without Aku Aku, this Bandicoot is nothing.
Nothing.
Well, at least he's not Bubsy, but still. This is annoying. Okay, you have to hit this exclamation point box at the end of the level. The very end of the level.
And go all the way back.
And then you need to go back, like, a third of the way through the level to get this one box that opens up an alternate pathway. And I suppose that's not so bad in a side-scrolling swimming level, but still.
No, at the very least, we're not traveling against the camera.
The thing
we're
about
just
it,
going
though, is by the time you get
left.
to the end of the level, backtracking through here, there's nothing there. Except a few obstacles that you couldn't destroy along the way. So it's a really boring backtrack. Although, whenever the TNT box is underwater, apparently they activate on contact now. Because there's no way to jump on them, so they're touch activated.
Well, to be fair, it's not much.
I forgot about that death animation. That's hilarious.
Yeah, in a normal level, you detonate TNT by, making contact no matter how you go about it. By spinning at them, why would you do that?
Well,
or
you would
by
have to
jumping
jump
on them, but that's still making contact.
Yeah, you would have to jump on top of them. But I guess they learned from the jetpack level, because the TNT's in the jetpack level, if I remember correctly. You had to contact the top or the bottom directly. You couldn't just bump your head against the side and activate them.
Yeah.
But here you can do that. Why? Not sure. Good of you to double check that,
Good thing
though,
you go.
because-
Crash Bandicoot 3 is better than Crash 1 with how TNT explosions are handled, where they'll actually destroy the box they're next to even if you're too far away. But sometimes you get a little snafus like that where not every single box will be destroyed, and you have to backtrack and destroy the box and just get on with your merry life. I hope that never happens to me again in this playthrough.
You're
wait.
saying that
So
in a
You're saying that because
in
it
a
happens
tone
again.
implying that it happens again later in the playthrough. You see, we know your tricks there, John. We understand.
Transparent as a pane of glass.